Coming up on the next New Day Cleveland, we are at MGM Northfield Park.
And look who we have with us, an audience filled with wonderful people who are going to be sharing this awesome hour-long show with us today.
And we have surprise guests, some big guests. New Day Cleveland starts right now. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to New Day Cleveland. And New Day Cleveland is on the road again.
We love being on the road, and we are so glad to have this live audience here with us today. Thank you all for being here. We are at MGM Northfield Park, and we have a packed show for you today. A very exciting show, I might add, as well.
Well, first of all, we're giving away a trip to Las Vegas, 2 nights,
Yes.
3 days, 2 people. We're going to do that at the end of the show.
And we have a lot of exciting guests here, but our first guest today is one that I think you all are going to go bonkers over. I'm going to let you, because I know you know this man very well.
He won the national championship as a Miami Hurricane. He won a Super Bowl ring as a Dallas Cowboy. How about that? But he is best known as Cleveland's own, one of the most beloved athletes in Cleveland history, the Cleveland Brown, Bernie Kosar. Put it together for Bernie.
City has seen. Am I right?
And he was just in the back chopping wood for his steakhouse just a few minutes ago.
I'm getting the steaks ready for tonight. The Browns have things covered.
All right,
We're in good hands right now.
We are in
with
great
Baker.
shape. Man, it is so great to see you. I tell you, everywhere you go, people just love you so much. I mean, you're Cleveland's own.
Well, I'm honored to be here, honored to be from here, and to have us in first place now in the AFC North. On October 1st, as we start the fall season, it's just great to be here.
Yeah. You look fit enough to play right now.
Doesn't he look unbelievable?
Yeah.
Well, after 30-some surgeries and 70-some broken bones, the holistic medicine is paying off, and I'm still standing. We're literally sitting here today.
Do you have any little secrets for us when it comes to that? Because I know that's something a lot of people have really been getting into, and it's interesting to see someone like who, having gone through so much, take this on, and it's changed your life.
Well, it's been life-saving and life-changing for sure. To be able to sit here today and to feel good, to feel healthy, this holistic medicine, a lot more will be coming on it. We'll be hearing a lot about it.
You know, I see Bernie right now, and I remember a time, I think the year might have been like 1986 or 1987. I used to do this gig down at the Roxy Bar and Grill. I don't know if any of you guys remember that. It's down by the National City Bank building. And Bernie used to sneak in with his buddies, Brian Brennan, and those guys. They come in and they go like, shh, don't tell anyone Bernie's here. Don't tell anyone Bernie's here.
It was the early days when we were single.
A lot has changed since then.
But it was, I mean, back then you were wildly popular also. So I mean, you've had a long run of that.
Well, to be from here, to grow up in Youngstown, Ohio, to be a part of the community, it doesn't seem like it's been almost 30-some years since we've played here and won games, and to see how people really remember. And I've thrown a pass here in Cleveland since 1993. A lot of people haven't even born.
Time flies.
That's a lot of years.
That's a lot of years.
I have to take off my shoes to count.
We have shoes older than that.
So, this is a guy who could read a defense probably better than any quarterback out there. And I have to ask you, in all your years of playing football, what do you remember the most, or what is most meaningful to you from your career?
You know, I think the relationships that you develop. Clay Matthews was in last week and was inducted into the Ring of Honor. Yeah, definitely. And Clay was saying, you know, we remember some of the plays. We obviously remember a lot of the games. But really, one of the things you really remember the most is really the locker room, the relationships, your teammates, and the fans. And, you know, Dave, Natalie, we're talking about how people have remembered for so many years. You really develop that bond with the community, with the people in the area, and in that locker room. And missing that locker room is a thing you miss, but it's also one of the things that it's probably one of the best memories that you could have.
It's like family.
It is family. It really has. You spend actually more time in the locker room. I'm not sure I'm proud to say this, but you spend more time with the players getting ready to win games than sometimes you do with your family.
I was wondering, when you watch games now, like when you watch the Cleveland Browns, when you watch somebody, are you like, no, don't do that, or you should do this, or come on, let's go this way?
Well, Natalie, you're so nice to talk about reading defenses. I still like to read defenses, reading plays, working with the team, and working with younger players. It's absolutely something, you know, that I get into. When I played, I actually was probably a lot calmer because you had control of it, just like, you know, you two have control of the show here.
Oh yeah.
You know, at least a little bit of say. You know, when you're not, when you're not playing, I think you get a little more nervous because it's a little bit out of your control.
Can we jump into the fact that we have Kosars here? Have you been to the restaurant yet, anyone? Yeah. Okay. Do you like to cook or do you just like going to the restaurant?
I love to eat, okay? I love to eat. Now, I would like to, I don't want to be Pinocchio and lie here, but my culinary skills leave a little bit to be desired, okay? But there are awesome people at MGM and our chefs back at Kosar's do a better job than me at preparing our food.
So you do call some plays over there, though?
I call some plays, I make some orders. Yeah, absolutely. And then I move my knife and fork really well.
He wants to invite you to all the game parties here. There's watch parties here at MGM.
Yeah, we have awesome watch parties at TAP here, Saturdays and Sunday, when I'm not traveling with the team, going to the games and going down to the U for the Hurricanes.
Stay around and take pictures with people once in a while?
Take a lot of pictures.
There you go.
Here's the deal, too. For our audience, you can get $5 off if you go to TAP. So that's something, too, to keep in mind, right?
Everybody here, I think we're loading onto your cards. Everyone gets free drinks, $5 off at TAPs.
Terrific.
Sounds pretty good.
Another round of applause for Bernie Kosar, one of our all-time favorite people.
Thank you.
It's an honor to have you here. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank you. You got the ring on, too.
You got the Super Bowl ring, yes.
Okay, we'll be back with more New Day Cleveland right after the break. Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. We're at MGM Northfield Park, and I'm with Sam Alonso, who is the manager of player development.
Correct.
Can you develop this player?
If you want to come, I will work at it. You have the look.
I have the, how about that? But I don't have the skills.
You don't need skill.
So your job description, what does it entail?
We are here as a team, a host team, to make sure that everybody comes, when they do come, they get to enjoy Northfield Park, MGM. Every month we're giving away hundreds of thousands of dollars, up to millions of dollars worth of gifts, promotional items. Anytime you come here, there's going to be something going on. Okay, so the first time you come here, say you've never been here before, I don't know who that is, but the first time you come here, what's the first thing you should do? Like to start having a good time and maybe to prepare for having many great times here? You should always stop at the M Life Rewards desk, and the M Life Rewards desk will help you get those promotional items, and it'll give you the opportunity to get to Las Vegas sooner because we have 13 beautiful properties out to Las Vegas. And we're the only one that you can come to the state of Ohio and get that opportunity to do that.
So the more you come here and the more you play, the better chances?
The more chances you get to be able to get those free trips to different places.
Well, that's fantastic. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the restaurants here. I know we visited some of them. How many restaurants are here and what time of day do they operate? So
we have Kosar's, which is Wood Fire Grill, which you've already met. You've got the buffet.
Who doesn't like a buffet, right?
Right. And it's called the buffet, like the U, as Bernie calls it. We also have, if you got that urge for Italian, we have concerto.
And here we are cluttering up your neon room. What usually happens in here?
We have dueling pianos will be here. We have a number of comics that will come in here. We'll have some cover bands come here on the weekends. Just a fun atmosphere.
I like that center bar area out there.
Center bar. We also have center stage, where it holds 1,900 people to come and watch all the big time concerts that we have there.
Some people forget about the horse racing that takes place here.
Correct.
And that is a big thing to come here to enjoy. If you're not into horse racing, if you've never done it before, seen the Trotters or the Pacers, that is an exciting night out, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's we work well with them hand in hand. It's only the short walk over, and you can watch a little bit of horse racing, come over here, eat, do a little bit of gaming, and of course the entertainment that we have.
How about a signature drink? Do you guys have some signature drinks?
Every month we run specials on signature drinks.
Okay, you thirsty? We can do that, right?
Exactly.
Okay, how about a big round of applause here? I feel way more developed as a player.
So, I'll even help you with that one.
Okay.
Okay, because everybody here's got an orange band. Make sure you stop at the M Life Rewards, and we're going to give you $5 worth of free play, and there'll be some other things on it, okay? So.
Sam, he's the man.
Yeah. So.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate
it. Let's find out what Natalie's up to.
Well, if we have some crafty people in this audience, this will be a segment for you. And for those who aren't crafty, don't worry. We have Anna Olson here to help us out from Joann Fabrics. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good to see you. She is amazing. She always comes on the show. You come up with, I think, just simple ideas, but yet they look like they're complicated, and they look like we just spent all day creating some beautiful craft, right?
That's right.
So we're talking fall craft today?
We are talking fall crafting, and yes, keeping it simple is key, but making it look like it wasn't simple is fun because it tricks a lot of people. So yeah, we're talking fall crafting today because it's that time, and I have a couple really simple projects that I brought with me, and one we're gonna really get messy with today.
I like
Maybe
it.
not too messy, but
That's all right. Where's my bib? Here we go.
All right, I should have brought you one.
That's okay.
So what we're doing is, you've probably seen a lot of people are personalizing signs right now. It's really easy to do. So you just start with a wood surface, and I've pre-stained it before I came because you wanted the stain to dry before you add another layer onto it. But right now it's really trendy to go to parties and make signs because it personalizes it to your home. So you can do any color, you can do any design you want, and that's what we're going to tackle today.
Okay.
So what I did prior to this, besides the staining, is this is called a Cricut machine. So if you don't know what this is, I'm going to fill you in. If you do know what this is, that's awesome. It's a super tool. It basically can cut these designs for you. So it has preloaded designs, or you can develop a design yourself and print it out. So that's where you get that personalization in. You can add your names. You can do any design that fits your need. And so that's what we started with today. And then I added it to the wood surface. And now we're going to do a little painting. So,
oh boy, here we go. Let's see what I can do here.
I'm gonna try not to be clumsy too and get paint all over you. So the key with this, and I've already put Natalie's on here and taken off the transfer paper, but you wanna use a dabber because that way if you use an actual paintbrush, the strokes might get underneath your stencil.
We don't want that.
And then it bleeds out. So if you use a dabber, you just lightly dab it, and it'll take about probably 3 coats until you're saturated just right.
Okay. 3 coats.
You can go ahead. I've already put a couple colors on here. You can pick whatever color you would like.
Is it that, like, I get worried about which color I'm going to pick. Look at me. I'll start with the yellow.
All right, go with yellow. That's perfect. And while she's doing that, I want to show you the step I got to putting the stencil on there is this transfer paper. This allows you to see where you're going to put your stencil and then peel it off so it's all on there. So you don't have to individually put all of these on here. It just kind of transfers it right on for you. So I'm going to peel that piece off of mine. I just wanted to show you that before I had peeled it off.
I think I already messed it up.
No, you can't mess it up. Crafting, that's the fun thing about crafting. Even mistakes are beautiful.
That's what my grandmother always used to say. Oh, see?
It's true.
I thought she was just trying to be nice.
No, it's true. I'll go ahead and do white because that you can see it really well too.
You said 3 layers is what you would put on.
Yeah, and you can just kind of dab it on like this. So now we have 2 different things happening here. Natalie's is the negative. Oh, there you go, yeah. I probably should have told her what dabbing was.
I was like smearing it everywhere.
That's okay. So, yeah, so Natalie's is the negative of the stencil and mine is the positive. I did that so you can see the difference. So you get one printout and you can either do the letter, so everything around it will be what you paint, and then you'll peel that off to expose the wood underneath. Or hers, she's actually going to color in the letters and peel off the stencil, so that will be the colorful part.
I could spend all day doing this.
It's really therapeutic, it is. It's really easy, it's fun. If you don't have a Cricut machine and you don't want to invest in one right now, we do sell a bunch of stencils at Joann too, so you can always pick up a stencil and go that route too.
Now what if I wanted to use red? I'm in trouble, huh?
Oh, here.
Okay.
I got an extra.
So you're able to put these things on pumpkins?
Yes, so let me tell you what else I have over here. So the Cricut machine, again, this is just a vinyl, so it's great for a stencil, but you can also use it to adhere to different surfaces. So it's a vinyl that we've pre-cut. So on this pumpkin that we sell, they're fake pumpkins, which is great because which is great because they don't get moldy and rot. You can store it away each year. But we have a little family recipe on there, which is really cute. So if you have a family recipe that's really important to you, you can put it on there. We also have here this like candle you can just buy in our store, and then we decorated the top. So you can add a little personalization. You can put a name on there.
That's what they do at Joann Fabrics.
Super
They make
simple.
things personalized. So if it's for you, if you're going to a housewarming party, always keep Joann Fabrics in mind. Anna and all of the great workers there will be able to help you out. You come into the store, they'll be able to show you all of these devices, get you all set up. But thank you for coming in, Anna.
Thank you.
For getting
It's
us
a
ready for
pleasure.
fall.
Yes.
Hey, when we come back, don't forget we're still talking about that trip for two to Vegas. Trip here at MGM Northfield Park. Now, you all know that I love to eat, right? Yes, I mean, that's a thing. But I know someone who loves to eat as much as me, if not maybe more. So our very own Tony Rizzo happened to check out one of the great restaurants that's right here at MGM Northfield Park.
Folks, look where we are. MGM Northfield, back with Chef Chris. Chef, this is what I call buffet on steroids. It's the buffet, like the Ohio State University,
buffet.
right?
Yes,
okay.
the buffet.
Let's take me down the line here and explain. You guys went above and beyond with all this stuff.
Yeah, we've got so many different items, almost 70 items to choose from, right? So we've got some great vegetables here. Here's some rotisserie chicken.
Italian sausage.
Beautiful carving station.
I know what
This
that
changes
is.
every day.
Right?
Sometimes Hungarian sausage, sometimes Italian sausage.
Can you just cut me just one little piece of that right there? Just right now. Oh, that's perfect.
Little
Thank
taster
you.
piece. There
I'm
you go.
sorry, and I'm Italian, and you know how we are. Oh, hold on. Here you go. Thank you. Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So today,
What we
carving
got?
a nice flank steak, beautiful smoked flank steak. And then, as we go, the menu changes from lunch to dinner. We've got all sorts of different offerings, from seafood to steak. So a lot of this is our southern style. We got hush puppies, Brussels sprouts, fried chicken, country fried steak, beer battered cod, which is delicious, chicken tenders. So a ton of things we haven't even gone through halfway yet.
You got soups. You've got salads. You've got desserts.
Everybody hits the dessert station here.
And this ranks right up there with the buffets in Las Vegas.
Absolutely, absolutely. We like to think so. We have a hard-working team here. Honestly, it's one of the most popular buffets in the city. We do that many covers here. Yeah.
I could tell that right now because we could barely do this, folks, because there's so many people in line like this fine gentleman right here. What else do we have over here, Chris?
So here we've got our little Italian station. We do pasta cooked to order. If you want something else different on the
oh wow, cooked to order.
buffet, absolutely.
You got pasta, you got meatballs, you got pizza,
sausage,
you got
pizza
sausage.
coming right out of the oven, right? So everything we do, smaller portions, less food more often, right? There's no big vat of food that we're pulling from.
Almost like a small plate thing. You said you have almost 70 items. I want to taste a lot of stuff.
That's what a buffet should be.
Right, I'm not going to say exactly right. When I come here, I want to taste a lot of stuff. But you got tacos as well.
Oh yeah, tacos.
This goes on forever.
Fajitas.
You got a little bit of everything. So there's nothing, if you come here, somebody is going to love at least 3 or 4 things.
Absolutely, and we also handle any dietary restriction, right? We have some people that are intolerant to gluten, some people are vegetarian, whatever. If we don't have it here and we have it available, these guys can make it for you. They're very, very talented and willing to do so.
Very impressed. Chef Chris, thanks again for the tour, buddy. I'm going to go get a tray. How about that?
Okay, we've had a little buffet work. How about a little chocolate work with Bill Malley from Malley's Chocolates? Man, it's great to see you, sir.
Great to see you again. Thank you very much.
I got to tell you, this is some fantastic stuff. I drive down, what is it, I-480, and that's where your plant is.
Yes, it is.
I always wonder, you got those big towers, the pink towers and all that, the tanks. Is there anything in there?
You had to put me on the spot, didn't you?
I knew it.
No. First question, then I'd be on the spot. No, it's just...
It's something.
Yeah,
it's something, because you see that and you go like, wow, could it be filled with chocolate? What
Yeah.
is this? What's that?
No.
And you go inside, you find a lot of great chocolate.
Oh, you find the best chocolate.
So would you say Malley's is Cleveland's chocolate then, Northeast
I
House
believe
chocolate?
so, yes.
Yeah.
And I have everyone here to thank for that, our customers. So fantastic.
So who did this journey start with?
Well, my grandparents started back in 1935. My grandparents were actually from Meadville, Pennsylvania, right across the border. And he worked in high school in a chocolate company there in a little drugstore that made the chocolates. But it wasn't a career job at the time, so he decided to move to Cleveland and start his own chocolate company. Started right in Lakewood, and we still have our store there in Lakewood. But now our chocolate factory is over on I-480. And we'd love to have you all come and visit.
Hey, so when he made that first little batch of chocolates, like how much chocolate was it? How hard was it to get together to get that started?
Oh, that was one of the great stories that in our family we tell is that my father, I've heard you ask other guests, when did you know you made it? When did you think you were going to make it? My grandfather's answer to that was when he was finally able to make enough that he could have it delivered. Because back then the streetcars were before my time. He'd have to get on a streetcar, drive downtown, buy his chocolate, whatever he could carry, with all that he could make for that day. So when he could actually have a delivery to his chocolate factory,
he was big enough to get the
thought
delivery.
that, wow, I'm on my way. So
that's fantastic.
So very small amounts back then.
Okay, I have a bunch of favorites. I love those chocolate bars you have with the pretzels in them.
Oh,
That's a big favorite.
That's what I brought for everybody today. We're gonna have some chocolate bars. All right.
So what were the first couple chocolates he made that really made him popular?
Well, chocolate-covered pretzels probably one of the first.
That was one of them.
And what's neat about these chocolate pretzel bars that we'll be passing out here in a second, but my brother came up with that idea. We think we're the only ones around that make it. But what's interesting is that because our regular chocolate pretzels are such great sellers, we're like, you know what? He was thinking, I bet you these chocolate bars would do well. So because every year when you make the chocolate pretzels, just like at home, you get to the bottom of the bag, all the broken ones. And for years, we just threw them out because what do you do with broken pretzels? So he decided to put them in a chocolate bar. And the chocolate bar now is the #1 selling item at Mally's. So now we take good pretzels to break them. So it's just been a wonderful experience.
Okay, so you're a partner here at MGM now.
Yes.
So what do you bring to MGM? What do they do for you? What do you do for them?
Oh, we do a couple of things together. They've been very generous to us. They have a chocolate bar promotion twice a year in October and February. It's a golden ticket giveaway. Kind of like, a golden ticket.
The golden ticket.
Inside the chocolate bar. You come up and you get a chocolate bar, you open it up, and there's a ticket inside. It'll tell you the prize you won. And it's been very successful, and I think it's our 3rd year doing it.
Yeah.
So we're very excited.
So when people come to the casino, they come to play a little bit.
Yes.
It's good to get a little chocolate break once in a while.
Absolutely. And it's in our stores, and it's in their retail store here.
So what does chocolate do for your luck, you think?
Oh, it only increases it.
What do you think, guys, right?
Absolutely.
And you got some great looking stuff here. Like what's this one right here?
I brought some things today is because, we've been bullish on Cleveland for over 80 years at Mally's. We've been in business 85 years, but we're getting more and more requests for Cleveland items. So we came up with these Cleveland bars a couple years ago. And it's funny, how many, we get people like brides, they get the hotel rooms for their out-of-town guests.
It's a fabulous gift.
They put the baskets together. Like one of your colleagues, Jessica Dill, she got married a couple years ago.
Oh, yeah.
She called us. She was looking for a Cleveland item in her basket.
And you see what happened now? She's pregnant.
Yeah, I saw. I'm sure she's been eating a lot of chocolate, too.
I bet she sure has. She looks like it. Oh, yeah. And what about the truffles?
This is something new. This is a chocolate peanut butter and jelly truffle. It's something if you haven't had before, I love you to try. It's like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich without the bread. It's delicious. Really kind of cool. Well, and then I brought everyone's favorite, the Buckeyes here in Ohio. Right? Go Bucks. Make them right in our chocolate factory. And then a lot of folks, our favorite is our chocolate nut mallow.
Yeah, that's my second favorite.
There's your second favorite. Yeah. All right. So we brought some of the favorites today.
Okay, how about a round of applause for Mike and Mally's?
All right. Thank you.
And when we come back, we've got another celebrity guest. You're going to love it. It's a big one. Cleveland. We're at MGM Northfield Park having a great time, and one of our biggest events of the day is our next guest, John Rinaldi. How are you, sir?
Thank you, everybody.
It's always an honor having you sit next to us. I mean, this man is, I always joke, well, I don't joke because it's serious. This guy is a local legend. And then when you have this guy sit down with me, I'm like, could I have it any better right now? 2 local legends sitting on stage together.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
Sometimes they call that sitting between 2 old guys.
Yeah.
That's right. We just outlived everybody.
That's right. So you've been doing this more than 40 years.
Actually, at the end of last month, it was 50 years.
50 years.
50 years. It was, thank you. It was 10 years with Houlihan and Big Chuck, and then 40 years as Big Chuck and Little John. And we're still going strong.
Yes, they are. That's for sure. Now, to sum up your career, it's impossible to do, I know. But when you look back at your life and the different things you've done with your career, what stands out most to you?
Well, it would probably be maybe my 4th skit was Chocolate Ites. which was Bertha Butt. Okay, I always remember that.
They know it.
That was like the springboard that put me like on every week with Houlihan and Big Chuck. And probably the second thing was when Bill Flynn, who was the station manager at the time, you gotta understand, I used to go in the back door, to this day, I go in the back door, go in the studio, and then I leave out the back door. So there's no reason for me to go in the offices or anything like that. So I get a phone call because at the jewelry store that Bill Flynn wants to see you. Now, why would the general manager want to see me? And I'm trying to think of all the things I screwed up on. And on a daily basis, it's a lot. So I went down to see him, and he was sitting there, and I got to see his office, this big office, and he's watching 3 televisions. I thought, wow, this is pretty cool. Watches television all day. And he says, John Rinaldi. I say, yeah. He goes, you want to be the co-host with Big Chuck? I go, yeah. He goes, go down the hall and give an interview to Ray Hart. That was it. That was it.
Can you give us some tips? Jeez, it was that simple?
So I went down the hall and give an interview. So then I go back to the store, and I told my wife, I says, I'm the co-host on Fox 8 with Big Chuck. It's going to be called the Big Chuck Little John Show. And she goes, well, how much you getting paid? I go, I have no clue. I have no clue. And to this day, I have no clue. And with me, it's a little different because I don't work for Fox 8. I freelance. And they mail me my check. So I figure we've been on so long, even when we're gone, they'll just keep mailing me my check.
Funniest thing about talking to John is you start talking to John and you can't talk to him for 4 minutes because he'll talk for 40 minutes. I mean, we were sitting around the other day, and I didn't realize this, but you can have him do a personal appearance for you very easily. All you have to do is get married or die.
Right. Yeah, I do officiate weddings and funerals. Okay.
So how do you get do all these people know you that you officiate for, or how do you get to know, how does that work?
No, it's usually the marriages are people that I know, or there's a reason why they can't go into church or whatever and everything like that, and so they come to me. and I'm licensed and everything. You need a marriage license. And the funerals I'm not really good at. I only do them for people that I know. And like this last one I did it for the girl that I know, but I had no idea who was laying there. And so here was old Ruth right here.
Cheery.
Cheery, yeah. And my fee is you give me what you think you deserve. And this is for a wedding. And then I give it to the bride and say, go out to dinner on me. So if you give me a little bit, she's going to think I'm cheap.
I asked you what would stand out the most. What would be your favorite? The time in your career where you felt like you were on the top of the world. What is the most favorite moment that you have, even?
Well, I have to tell you, like right now is my favorite moment. You guys are happy, I'm happy, we're having a great time. Every day is a favorite moment for me because my theory in life is every day I want to make somebody happy. I want to put a smile on somebody's face. And I think I've been doing it. So I had 2 happy businesses. You know, Fox 8, obviously, the show, and the jewelry business was a happy business. So it's been a good life. So I really don't have any high because I'm high all the time.
I love this too. He is so friendly all the time, and he's particularly friendly to little kids. And this is one of the things I remember most about little John. I said, so why are you so friendly to little kids? He says, if I'm not, they'll steal my shoes.
That's right. And my big line to little kids are, because I can see eye to eye with them, and I'd say, hey, that's a nice shirt. When you outgrow that, could I have it?
So who's the biggest star, you or Chuck?
Well, he's bigger. I'd have to tell you that we have over 2,000 skits that we've done. Okay, I wrote 6. Okay. But I always tell Chuck they were the funniest 6. Okay?
Of course.
And every time we do a show, we have a teleprompter that's in front of us, and Chuck writes the show, and what you see is not ad lib. That's all scripted. Every time I get off doing a show, I get off to my stool and I go, thank you, Mrs. Ryan. You know, like Jimmy Durante used to say, okay. And everybody goes, well, who's Mrs. Ryan? I go, that's my 3rd grade teacher that taught me how to read. And I really know all you people personally. You might not know this, but I came into your bedroom every Friday night.
Here's to many more.
Many more.
Many more.
Okay, where are you taking us now?
Well, John, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I thought it would be fun to maybe go go over some, since we're in the fall season here, to do some fall day trips. What do you think of that?
Let's go on a day trip.
All right. Well, for Northeast Ohio fun, you only need one woman, let me tell you. Danielle Weiler has the best website, I swear, that you can go to and find out more information on things that you can do with the entire family. And fall's a great season.
Yes, it's wonderful. There's so many great things to do. So I'm going to tell you about a few things that we recommend.
What would you start with?
The first is the Holden Arboretum. It's great any time of the year, but in the fall it's especially beautiful because the leaves are changing colors. You can take a walk on the nature trails. You can go up in the observation tower, which is about 120 feet up in the air, so you get beautiful views. You can see all the way to Lake Erie. So.
Has anyone been to the Holden Arboretum? Oh yeah, okay, so that's a fan favorite so far. Now I know zip lining is one of the things on your list.
Yes.
If you're afraid of heights like me, maybe not, but for everyone else, that's a fun activity.
It's super fun. It's definitely for the adventurous though. It's a lot of fun. There's 14 different places that we found in Northeast Ohio that you can do zip lining, in Ohio, excuse me. So we have all the details on Northeast Ohio Family Fun, and it's just great. You can, in the fall, the leaves are changing, you can see it, you're zipping through the trees. It's a great adventure.
Again, if you're like me, your eyes are closed, so you're not paying attention to the beautiful trees. So that is something that if you adventurous type out here, okay, yeah. We'll get them out with me, that's for sure. All right, so if you want to maybe keep your feet on the ground, you have some other ideas.
Yes, this is a little bit more low key. So it's the covered bridges. We have so many covered bridges in Ohio. There is a tour around Ashtabula County that you can take on a driving tour. You would drive around, you can see the leaves, make a stop at the different covered bridges. You'll see the longest covered bridge in the United States. You'll see the shortest one in the United States, and some that were built in the 1800s.
So we have 3. I know you have a couple more up your sleeve.
One more. So this is the big one. So Mays Valley Winery. It's located in Hartville.
We love Mays Valley on the show. Yes.
Yes, I love Mays Valley as well. And they have everything fall that you could ever want. So they have a pumpkin patch. You can take a hay ride out to pick a pumpkin. You can navigate the corn maze. They have a cannon that shoots a pumpkin a quarter of a mile in the air.
That is so much fun to watch. We've had them live on TV. It's hilarious to watch too.
So if you just go to Northeast Ohio Family Fun, you'll find details on all of these activities as well as many more. We have a fall bucket list that you can print off that's for free. And it's northeastohiofamilyfun.com.
And what's on that bucket list? Is there some things we should be noting now too? Or is it just a bucket list you can make for yourself?
Oh, well, it's a bucket list of, I think we have 25 different things to do this fall. So the 4 things that I talked about here, plus several.
Plus a few more. Keep that in mind when you're trying to think of what you can do for fall. Just go to our website and get in the car and head out the door. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And when we come back here, we still have that giveaway of 2 tickets to Las Vegas. And David's doing some cooking too. David Bianconi here with me because right now we are talking about another great asset here at MGM Northfield Park. Right next to us is the harness racing.
Right across the parking lot is Northfield Park, the racetrack, which of course is part of the MGM property here, and the racetrack's been there since 1957 and still going strong.
1957. That's unbelievable. I think it's stood the test of time clearly so far. And I think that it becomes a pastime for a lot of people, and that's probably why, right? People go as a kid, then they bring their children and their grandchildren.
Yeah, it's a place where you don't have to be 21 to get in. Mm-hmm. All ages can get in, and you only have to be 18 to wager. And again, it's a great night to mix in with, for adults coming over here to eat, do a little bit of gaming, and then go over to the racetrack for a few races as well.
So, what do you recommend when people come to the park? It's open year-round, and I think a lot of people don't know that. Did you all know that?
Yep.
Some of them did.
They're like, heck yeah, we were there last night. Yeah, absolutely.
But I think that's good for a lot of people to know, that they can come year-round.
Yeah, we race over 220 nights a year. We're open every day of the year for simulcasting except for Christmas Eve and Christmas. So basically noon to midnight year-round we're open for either live racing and or simulcasting, which is betting on the races from other tracks around the world.
And so clearly when you're doing so, we're talking about the Triple Crown here, I mean, you can see some of the biggest races right here.
Right, the Thoroughbred Triple Crown's a really big time of year. The Kentucky Derby, the biggest day of the year for every track. We got the Breeders' Cup coming up as well shortly, and of course live harness racing year-round.
What do you think people maybe don't really realize about the track itself? I mean, people who have never been there before, who lived here their whole lives, what do you want people to know?
I don't think they realize at Northfield Park, we race more races a year than any racetrack in North America, 3,500 races a year. and more money is bet on Northfield Park than any other harness track in the United States. Wow. So our signal, is wherever you go, our signal simulcast not only throughout the country, but throughout the world. You can bet on us in Australia, New Zealand, down in South America, you name it.
Wow, so we're known globally here.
Yes.
Do you have any tips for
Any
us?
tips?
Are you allowed to give us any good tips on how to win those races?
If I knew who was going to win, I wouldn't have to work here, would I? So, no.
And I do think something else to keep in mind, too, a lot of people, you know, very big animal lovers. These horses are taken care of probably better than any horse you'll find anywhere.
They're nicer than my kids' college dorm where the horses live, believe me, the stalls. So, yeah, the trainers take exceptional care of the animals.
So you're able to just kind of walk around, even if you don't want to do the betting, I'm sure it's still a lot of fun to just go and view.
Right. Of course, you can eat. We've got all the big games on TV, you name it, and it's, you know, a few steps across the lot here to the casino.
Well, once you're back here in the casino, David, thank you. I'm going to send it up to my David up there, who is on stage cooking with Chef Chris now. It's time to eat.
Great.
Well, now we're here for one of my favorite segments with the chef. The big cheese here, Chris Poplin is here. How you doing, man?
Good to see you.
Nice to see you. And I remember last time we were here, you made a nice little treat for us, and we all got a chance to taste it. And I see ingredients here. What are you making?
We're going to make a Mediterranean tuna salad. It's going to be something that's
Is that okay, guys? Mediterranean tuna salad? Okay, sounds good.
It's on the new menu in TAP. Starts today, so you guys get a sneak peek before anybody even gets to see this dish. So
okay,
let's take a look. We're pretty excited about it.
Okay.
All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with, and this is a very healthy option here. We've got some quinoa.
So that's a grain.
It is. It's considered one of the ancient grains. There's a little bit of diced.
It's not fresh?
No, it's fresh, all right.
Okay.
But, it's just been around for a long, long time.
Just in case.
A little bit of red onion, right? A little bit of cucumber. We're going to put a little bit of herb dressing in there. Right, I'm going to put you to work, let you stir that up a little bit with one of these.
I'm going to spatula it, right? Hey, so this is in the restaurant called Tap, you said?
Tap, yes. That's our sports bar. It's a concept from MGM. There's several around the country. We have one right here. Great place to watch games. Great food, steaks, seafood sandwiches, burgers.
Sounds good.
All kinds of stuff.
So you run all the restaurants here?
Yes, but I have a great culinary staff here. I'm just smart enough to hire the right people.
There you go. Okay, that's good.
All right, so we're going to start with our tuna now. We've got our quinoa set there.
Oh, it's a separate bowl.
Right, separate bowl, right, because we're going to make a nice composed salad there. So we got our fresh tuna, a little bit of red onion.
Where'd you learn how to cook?
You know what? I've worked all over the country. I never went to culinary school. I've just worked my way up into different kitchens.
You learn from good people.
I've learned from good people. School of hard knocks, you might say.
Bernie teaching you anything over at the steakhouse?
He is, yeah. He shows me a little bit of football and how to cook some great steaks.
Teach how to go deep.
Right.
Go deep.
Right. Some celery, diced carrot, some fresh herbs we threw in there.
So this is going to have a little crunch.
It will. These are capers, right? So this is going to be a little bit different of a tuna salad.
So do you rinse those before you use those?
I do not, because we want some of that little acidity and vinegar flavor. Yep. Yeah. So we're going to do a little dressing, and then I'll let you toss that as well. Use this one here.
A new one.
A new one. We're going to set the plate with a little bit of greens. We're going to put a couple of
Chris, you went healthy on us today.
Around. I did, yeah. This is really a low-fat dish. Lots of protein, good carbohydrates.
So if I eat this every other day, I won't have as hard a time buttoning my jacket at work, right?
Something like that, yeah. It might be a little more tough than that, but we'll see. Okay. Right, so here's your quinoa salad that you made, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to put that on a little bit of fresh greens, right? Then we're going to take this one. Oh, that looks great. You did a great job.
Did I do okay?
You did great.
I didn't know whether you should mush up all the tuna or keep it a little chunky.
Fold it, right? Just what you did. Yeah. That's perfect. Yeah, well, you're hired.
These chefs, you know, you've seen them. You've seen Gordon Ramsay, right? Ooh, they get mean behind the scenes. Are you like that?
No, not at all.
Okay, good.
All right, so we got the nice bit of tuna there.
Shiver me timbers.
Right. And then we'll do just a little more garnish there for some color, and basically that's the dish right there.
There it is, folks. Check it out. Okay, so you're going to have to wonder how this tastes, right?
Well, we wouldn't do that to you guys. So our hardworking culinary staff in the back has prepared little sample portions of this.
Good. Great.
Right, nice and light, but flavorful.
So if you ordered this Would you order something else after, or this would be like a nice
This
light lunch?
this would be this is a nice entree
It
salad.
feels like that to me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
right,
because it's
so-
substantial. And it's got
Sure.
a nice crunch to it.
Right. Yeah.
I love that.
Different than most tuna salads.
I love the
yes.
vinegary flavor too.
Good.
It is terrific. So look at this. They're passing them around. How nice! Oh, what a nice little presentation too.
Yeah, they did great back there. So it's basically an exact
Hey, so
mock of this.
I'm driving by MGM Northfield Park, and I want to stop in here. I might want to play a game. I might not. I want to get something to eat. What are the hours of the different restaurants? How does that work?
Well, we have Roasted Bean, which is open the longest, and that's open from 8 a.m. to 4 a.m. It's open 24 hours on the weekends. Tap is open at 11 a.m. To late night, 11 p.m. on the weekends, 1 a.m. on the, or excuse me, 11 p.m. on the weekdays, 1 a.m. on the weekends. Kosar's is dinner only. They open at 5 p.m.
5 o'clock till when?
Till 10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. And I love that thing too about with the band and all that. The more often you come, the more opportunity you have to go out to Las Vegas for a trip.
Absolutely,
also.
absolutely, yeah.
So it's all good here. It's
great
all
program.
fantastic. And you know what's really going to be good coming up after the break, folks? Are you ready for this? We're going to turn the tumbler and find out who wins a trip to beautiful Las Vegas. Thanks to Fox 8 and MGM. Thank you very much. Right after the break.
Here. We are wrapping up the show. We have Bernie joining us once again. We have Little John joining us because this is probably the most exciting point of the show for one lucky viewer.
One viewer is going to get to go 2 nights, 3 days, beautiful Las Vegas, courtesy of MGM, Fox 8. It's going to be fantastic. And we've got Bernie up here. He's got the good hands. And,
yes.
And why don't we have Little John up here?
Well, in case I have to run into the audience.
to retrieve our guest. Okay.
You ready to do this? Are you ready to do this?
Okay, there you go. I can see the Super Bowl ring from here.
It's
Super Bowl ring.
blinding us.
Oh, look at that.
All right, Dave, if I pick our name, do you and me go to Vegas?
Oh, yeah.
Sadly?
We'll be a hot day.
All right, John, here we go, brother.
Oh, good. I'll read it.
0710111. Come up with that tuna fish.
Congratulations!
Front row, ladies and gentlemen. Congratulations.
All right, here's one. Congrats.
Thank you.
Here, keep the winning one for a souvenir.
Nope. Yeah.
What is your name?
Karen.
Karen. Well, there you go.
Karen, so who are you going to take?
Get to work, John.
I guess I'll take my buddy down here.
All right, he's going to Las Vegas too.
You're going to Vegas! Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, is that your dad?
No, he's just a friend of mine from the fire department in Akron.
Oh, you guys might go to one of those chapels, get married on this trip?
Oh, heavens, no. I'm already married.
Well, I'm glad you're taking a friend.
It's 2019.
Yeah, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, right?
Naturally.
Have you ever been to Vegas?
I'm going to stay out of this
No.
conversation.
Never. I've never been out of the state of Ohio, really.
Oh, beautiful. Very good. Very good.
Well, thanks to MGM, you're going to go on an airplane. How about that? Have you done that before?
I think I'll just,
She might drive there.
yeah. No, I'll go on a plane.
Of course you're going on a plane.
I'll pass out up there, but I'll be all
They
right.
serve drinks on the plane.
Dramamine so that I can motion sickness.
You got a good shoulder to lean on right there.
Definitely.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
A big thanks
Is that
again
my
to
hand
MGM
for?
Northfield Park, to our crew here at Fox 8. Thank you for joining us this entire hour. To Bernie Kosar.
Little John Rinaldi.
On behalf of our entire crew, thank you so much for watching. We'll see them on the next New Day Cleveland, right?
So long, everybody.